Yeah, yeah. Atmika, yeah? Atmika. Atmika, yeah? You're second. So, there's an uncle in front of you who's doing a kind of small dance. And then, yeah, and then it will be you next. And then,
What time?
and then it's you, and then after you is Ajay. Can you tell him? Yeah. Ciao.
Okay.
I don't know.
I like to sing the version.
What would you like to sing? Just you by yourself or anyone else? What's your name, darling? Darling. Okay. So, it's not really fun. Okay, but some time, so you're ready, you're ready. Stay here on the right. Ajay, you know Ajay.
Yes, I told you.
Then we can just get big fire. Okay. Sorry. Stand up. Everyone, please come to help me to come. No, I think that's it. Huh?
Do you want to help?
Yeah, if you want.
What do you want me to tell people to do? Do you want me to organize people?
Yeah. No, there's not many comments, so because everyone's singing. I need your help with the quiz. How would you? He has yeah, I think he's ready for the answer. Oh, okay. And I think yeah, this should tight around. Yeah, right. How right is that? Yeah, right with that.
Are we trending on Twitter?
Maybe at least
Oh,
like,
yeah.
then we'll go. Maybe at the beginning, stand in the middle. Yeah. And afterwards. Yeah, whatever.
Have a pen.
What?
It's a fun. Yeah.
While you do that. Yeah. Deliver them something quickly. What's that be long? If you do that, that'd be good. It'd be good to settle everybody down. Step down by this quickly.
Yeah.
Jai Shri Mataji, everyone. Welcome to Easter Seminar 2023. Before we commence the performances, I thought we could just all have just a very short meditation to settle our attention. And then we have a few performances, mainly from the children today. The dances are going to all be tomorrow. They all decided they need more practice because a number of them have been practicing. A lot of us in Sydney have been very excited about Yuva's and Uncle's dance. And so that they've been practicing diligently for a few months now. So I'm building it up, so hopefully they won't disappoint you. But today we've got, like I said, mostly children who'll do some performances, and we also have an international guest, Stephen Day, who will do some music for us. And of course, we'll do what's now become an annual ritual, the Sahaj quiz, all together. So put your thinking caps, or maybe your thoughtless awareness caps on, I'm not sure which one, for that. Okay, so let's first of all just collectively bow down and give ourselves bandhan. Let's put our right hand on the Mother Earth. We'll say the mantra to Shri Ganesha 2 times. Let's put our hand on our Agya chakra and say the Lord's Prayer.
Shri Mary Jesus mantra. Place our right hand on the Sahasrara. Massage the scalp. We'll say the mantra to Shri Nirvichara. And keep our attention on the Sahasrara. We'll say there are three great mantras. Jai Shri Mataji. So welcome to Easter seminar, everyone. It's yes, and all of you who are joining online from both Australia and internationally, a big warm welcome to you. Australia is always welcoming to everyone, and we hope to see, as the years go by, more and more international guests as well. So the first performance tonight is from Uncle Rick Alum. Uncle Rick seems to me anyway, always been a constant. When I was a child, we were in the same ashram, and many of you may have seen him around. And he's very unassuming, but he's always helpful and volunteering to do lots of different Sahaj activities. We were in a bit of a fix, I don't know if I should be saying this, trying to get someone to do transport for Sydney, and Uncle Rick has come to rescue us, and without any question has been, ferrying Sahaja Yogis back and forth between here and Sydney. So that's very much his nature. One other thing you might not know about Uncle Rick is that he's a lifelong martial artist. He was very much into martial arts before he came to Sahaja Yoga, but I think feeling in himself that he had lost his way, and then he met Shri Mataji, and everything changed. He wants to share a few anecdotes about some things that Shri Mataji said to him, related to his martial art practice, and in particular Tai Chi. And then he's going to perform for us a little Tai Chi, would you say dance, or? Yeah, dance, okay. I'll hand over the mic to you. Yeah.
Thank you so. That's much too kind, Kabir. Okay, but to begin with, because of what I feel passing through me, thank you all so much. I never imagined I'd feel again what I felt in Cabella in 2009 when I gave my first lesson to, of course, Sahajis from everywhere. And I never thought I'd feel it again, and I'm feeling it twice-fold, multiple-fold. So please, I beg your indulgence, but feel free to join me in the following. Please feel free to join me. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar, 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 Allahu, 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 Allahu Akbar. tell me if my voice is too rough, too far, too closer. Is that about right? Camera's okay? So, thank you for your indulgence. I'll just say, Ciao Italia. First of all, now you may all have heard a rumor that a Tai Chi master may be a holy man, as you can see. Now, the relevance for a once retired Kung Fu punk, as named by my brother, the Sahaji, who was told to start Sahaj in Malaysia. That's where I had the first privilege of taking her darshan and knowing there was certainly no mortal I was looking at. Once upon a time, in Mumbai domestic airport, when asked about karate, she looked and looked as all the Sahaja Yogis, who are all very practiced in detachment, were all leaning back to get away from that boy. She suddenly looked in our direction and said the following things. I hope that someday someone will restore Tai Chi to its proper place. So please, brothers and sisters, here physically and all over, please take it as you will. Pleasure, Mataji. That's a sure and certain signal.
You go and then.
Thanks for the opportunity. Thank you, Karen. Thank you for your indulgence, everybody. A few years later, after this, the little disclosure at Mumbai domestic airport, in an elevator in the South Perth City Hall Civic Auditorium, herself looked at me because I was the usher between the underground car park and the auditorium. Herself, she looked at me. She looked at me. And faithfully as I can recall, because it is seared in my brain, she said thus to me, "You can dance. I know you can dance. Why don't you teach them? Teach all the Sahaja Yogis how to dance." So, therefore, in furtherance, brothers and sisters, will you dance with me now? If you be so kind as to, please be upstanding in your place and be grateful.
Just sidestep.
Is this working? Oh, it is working. Can you hear me, please? Can anyone? Oh, it's just me. Okay, it's all right. Okay. Now, thank you. Sorry about that. All you have to do, okay, is to, as best as possible, make sure you can see me, and that you are facing me directly from wherever you are. Thank you, sir. That is perfect. Perfect. I like the two with the hands on hips. Okay. And all you have to do is to follow me. And if it is your first time, you may find it helpful when you're following me, if you can, to have your eyes and your attention on the base of my thumbs. One thumb or two thumbs will work equally well. Thank you. It's very simple.
Okay, thank you, Uncle. Thank you very much. Very much. This one. So, Atmika from Melbourne is going to sing a bhajan. Do you want to explain what the bhajan is about? Okay. Oh, rag. It's a rag. Go ahead.
Jai Shri Mataji. Today I'm going to
First go and do pranam and then come back and next one.
Jai Shri Mataji. Jai Shri Mataji. Today I'm going to be presenting Rag Malkuns. This rag is one of the oldest rags in Hindustani classical music. The best time for this rag is late night. I will do a short composition followed by a bhajan based on Rag Malkuns. Ni sa ga ma da ni sa sa ni da ma ga ma ga sa da ni sa ga ma ga sa कोयलिया बोले अमावा की ताल पर कोयलिया बोले अमावा की ताल पर ऋतु बसंत को देता संदेश
me give another round of applause. So our next performance is. Do you have another one? No. Well, thank you. Can you all hear me? Is from one of the Melbourne children again, Ajay. Do you want to come up? So Ajay is going to perform a Sitar piece, and as you can see, Melbourne has a lot of talented musicians, and it's so nice for these young kids to be inspired by the older kids, the yuvas, and you can already see that it's paying dividends. Every year, we see them getting better, and it's great that they get this platform to perform for the collective. So Ajay, do you want to speak about your performance at all, or just want to start?
I'll speak. Hi, my name is Ajay Singh. I'll be performing two gods from Iraq, Yemen. So enjoy. Jai Shri Mataji.
How does he normally do when he says that? The first time. Okay, cool. Where does the sound come from? Rich? Okay. Yeah.
Maybe I would be
Do you want to play a little bit?
I'll just do it. Introduction का कुछ नहीं होता. No, it doesn't. I'll just tell them what you're playing. It's not fully reactions. I'll just go with the one.
Just do as much as you want. Is that how you can sit?
Yeah.
There you go. Do you want to just play a little bit?
So I would like to commend him for his bravery, because he's only been learning for three or so months, and he's had the courage to come out and perform in front of everyone. And I've also been told it's the first time he's played with a live tabla, which is difficult, I'm told. I'm not a musician. So another round of applause. Well done. So the next performance isn't so much a performance, it's a quiz, so you're all participants. I was planning to get lots of Easter eggs as a prize for the winners, but I forgot about them, and then I asked my sister to get them on the way, and of course everything was closed, so it's fully my fault. But you'll have my admiration forever if you're the winners, if that's worth anything. Okay, so I'm just gonna hold on a sec. Can I call Nira up here? Nira, if you could just put this board in the front there on a chair. So the audience is going to be divided into 3 groups. Okay. Yeah, just a chair. All right. So we have. It's not very original, but we have 3 groups: Sat, Chit, and Ananda. All right. So all of you who've been to ISBS will know what these houses are. So what we're going to do is, Sat is going to be on this far side over here. Everyone who's born in January, February, March, and April, can you please make your way to that side? Okay? Okay, May, June, July, August, in the middle. May, June, July, August, in the middle. September, October, November, December, on this side over here. Okay, on this side. Go and tell Mum, go and tell Mum. So January, February, March, April on that side. May, June, July, August in the middle. September, October, November, December on this side. And parents, can you help your kids find their place and be sitting down? Yeah. You can be the storekeeper.
The tiger, this is a great background for you. Webcast on that, you think?
Yeah. Because I need to see that. Okay, so if you're joining us via the webcast, you can join in the quiz as well, of course. They're going to put the quiz up on the screen, so you can go along and see if you know the answers. Okay, now a few house rules now that everyone's settled. Okay, you can't look at the internet, so I don't want to see any smartphones, or there's an automatic point deduction. All right? No mantra books. So we're all going to use, hopefully, what is our Sahaj Vidya, our Sahaj knowledge. And we'll start off with some easy ones. And every team, each team is going to have a minute. To begin with, the first number of questions, you'll have a minute. After a minute, you need to select someone from your group to answer. If a whole bunch of you shout out an answer, you're not going to get it correct. So just pick one. One person stand up or put their hand up, give me the answer after a minute, and then you know, if you get the point, you get the point. If you get it wrong, the next team gets a chance to steal the point. Okay? Now, you're nearest keeping time, I've just told her now. Okay, now later on the questions are a little bit more difficult, so I'm going to give you a bit more time. I'll give you about 2 minutes, okay? So if you've got wise uncles and aunties in your group, put them front and center. Make sure you're consulting the brain's trust, all right? And hopefully it's challenging enough. All right, are we ready to start? Is everyone in their groups? Neera said she's not ready, okay. Okay, Neera. So group number 1, which is Sat, okay, over here. Now I can't see separation between the groups. Who's in the middle here? In the middle. Can we create a little space? If you're not part of the middle group, you need to move away from them. Sorry. Okay, we're ready for our first question here, if you want to put the first one down. Can you kids in the front please sit down? Yeah, sit down. Okay. Mummies and daddies, if they're not sitting down. Yeah. Okay. Okay, we all listening? Sat. This is the first. Now, the other teams, pay attention because you might be able to steal a point. What time of the year and what festival coincides with Sri Jesus' real birthday? Okay. Time started now. Do you have you ready to answer? Okay. What's the answer? So Diwali, what time of the year is that? Correct. Okay. That's a good start. Next group, Chit in the middle. Okay, next question, Neera. Okay, this is a little bit about Shimaji's life. When Shimaji was 8 years old, she was attending a cricket match in which her elder brother-in-law was playing. There was always the flag of the National Party flying on their car. This was a match between the British soldiers, and the soldiers demanded that the flag be removed. At the tender age of 8, what did Shimaji do in response to this? In the middle. Are you ready? Do you want to use more time? Oh, okay. Absolutely correct. So, Auntie, what's your name? Auntie Vimla. Wow. Okay, so that's a little. I got this. I got this from Baba Mama's biography. But yes, Shimaji came out of the car and she told the soldiers that she would have to kill them. They would have to kill her before they could remove the flag. So they let it fly. Okay, next group, Ananda. Next question. What did Lord Buddha's mother dream of before his birth? And can you explain its significance? Time starts now. So Sat, you should think about this in case you can steal the point. There's some uncles at the back there. Yeah, that's good, okay. You have 30 seconds before you've got to volunteer an answer. Are you ready? 10 more seconds. You ready? Come here. Might as well come up the front. Okay. What is it?
we believe Lord Buddha's mother dreamt of an elephant before his birth, signifying he was going to be a great soul.
It's not quite there, all the way there. This is a hard one because it's sort of half baked. What does the next group? Do you have anything to add to that? Yes, it was a white elephant, and if you want to be more specific, it had six tusks. What was the significance, though? Because they got half. Well, they'll get half a point each because no one's guessed that. Does anyone know what the significance is? Sorry? So the significance, it was interpreted as that she would give birth to someone who'd either rule the world or become a Buddha. And that's just why his father tried to tempt him with all the worldly things that he could, a kingdom, etc. So Shimaji's spoken a little bit about it. I put an excerpt up here. We have all heard about his birth and that his mother dreamt of an elephant, of a large white elephant before the birth of Buddha. And then it was predicted that a child will be born in your family who will be either a great saint or a very great king, as in Sanskrit called a Chakravarti, means the one who is the ruler of the whole world. So the father got very worried and he thought he must get the son involved into family life, into material life, and give him all the pleasures of life. So he built a very special place for him, a beautiful palace to live in, and where he got him married to a girl called Yashodhara, who was a very, very beautiful woman, gave him all the pleasures of life, everything that he could do to entice this boy away from asceticism. So I think half a mark each. How about that? Yeah. No, they did. Okay, so who are we up to now? Sat? Okay, let's go to the next question. Where and in what year did Shri Mataji establish the Yuva Shakti? I got it. Thirty seconds. Sorry? No. Does the next group want to have a go? Time starts now for next group. No, they have to know. Okay. Yes. And is Shamik in the crowd here? Is Shamik here? No? Oh, that's a shame. I want to get him up, put him on the spot. Because he sent me a document that one of the yogis had drafted for him, who was there during that meeting. They had put it to Shri Mataji, the idea of Yuva Shakti, and then on a subsequent train ride, Shri Mataji was very happy with the idea, and on a subsequent train ride over 2 or 3 hours, she detailed what was expected of them. And there was quite a lot of things, and I couldn't, because of the patchy internet, I couldn't download it. But I've sent it to a few Yuva Shaktis because it's quite humbling to read. I thought, oh God, I'm not even there at the Yuva Shakti level. But there were lots of things about the history of Shri Mataji's life, about the different saints, about how many languages a Yuva Shakti should learn to speak, all of these things. So I'll share it around if the Yuva Shakti are interested. It's worth reading. Okay. So they got that point. So who got that one? Chit? Okay. And it's the next question is Chit again. So they've got the chance to steal the lead here. All right, next question. What planet was a herald of Shri Mataji's birth and life on Earth? Yeah, you ready? Okay. No. Next group. Are you ready? What is it? Miriam said Pluto. It's correct. So, yeah. You're Ananda. Okay, so that was Ananda. Okay, well done. I've put up some excerpts when Shimaji talks about this. But essentially, it appeared or sort of came when around the time of Shimaji's birth. So she says, 50 years back came the star of Pluto, or 50 years back when I was born, and just after my birth, everything moved in such a fast way, the negative side, because they knew that now the end has come. So the anti-God activities became extremely powerful. And a little bit more about what Pluto represents. It represents purity. Okay, well done, Anand. You're scraping your way back into the game. So next question. Okay, to Anand. Okay, fill in the blanks here of the Devi Kavach. Okay, others can brainstorm, see if... Oh my God, look at this. Okay, this boy obviously uses this mantra a lot. Tell us, what do you got?
The goddess Ishwari of white complexion is riding on a bull. Brahmi, who is bedecked with all ornaments, is seated on a swan.
Oh gosh. These Melbourne Yuvas keep impressing. First the music, now the Sahaj Vidya. Come on. Okay, well done. Ananda, right? Beautiful. Okay, Sat now. Okay, how many times was Zoroaster incarnated in Iran? Are you sure you don't want to consult? Okay. So, come up and say, come. Yep. They've said 5 times. Absolutely correct. All right. So, next group. Chit. Name the disciple that denied Christ 3 times. Some uncles in the back have said some answers. Yeah, you want to answer? Yes, correct. Peter. This is from Gospel of Matthew, 26:69. Now Peter was sitting out in the courtyard, and a servant girl came to him. You also were with Jesus of Galilee, she said, but he denied it before them. before them all. I don't know what you're talking about, he said. Then he went out to the gateway where another servant girl saw him and said to the people there, "This fellow was with Jesus of Nazareth." He denied it again with an oath, "I don't know the man." After a little while, those standing there went up to Peter and said, "Surely you are one of them. Your accent gives you away." Then he began to call down curses, and he swore to them, "I don't know the man." Immediately a rooster crowed. Then Peter remembered what Jesus had spoken. "Before the rooster crows, you will disown me 3 times." And he went outside and wept bitterly. I wanted to invite Uncle Philip if he's here. Is he here? Uncle Philip, do you mind speaking a little bit about this? Because it's all there. But I think it was you who told me that, or maybe it was hearsay, that Mother said he was too ashamed to take his rebirth. Sorry? Oh, Auntie Sarah said that. Okay, I got to get my my sources right. Correct. So anyway, that's a little anecdote. All right. So well done. Okay. Next question. Is it Ananda? Yeah. Okay. Now we're going to get a little bit trickier. Name the 5 incarnations of Shri Mahalakshmi in order. They're still, I'll give them a little bit of a minute because there are trickier ones. A minute and a half. You know. Other groups, you might have a chance to steal this, so see if you can make some notes. How much time do we have, Nira? Okay, 45 seconds. Just like on the desktop. Okay, you ready for your answer? Okay. I'll give you the mic. You can say it on the mic.
Shri Sita, Shri Radha, Mother Mary, Fatima, and Shri Mataji.
Well done. Okay. Okay, next question. Sat. Okay. Can you name the saint mentioned by Shri Mataji who prophesied Sahaja Yoga 2,000 years ago in the Nadi Granth? By the way, this was one of the things Shri Mataji mentioned in her talk to the Vishakti about something that they should know about. Are you ready? Okay.
I hope I pronounced it right. Brigubuni.
Correct. So I think this is very interesting. Shimaji referenced Brigamuni a number of times about how he described the Kali Yuga, he described Sahaja Yoga. So I thought I would read this, and then I want to actually show you the prophecy itself from the Marathi translation. It is mentioned in the scriptures that in Kali Yuga, this will take place and will reach its heights. It is already known to us. Whatever was written is now happening. So the first thing is to prepare the society for seeking. There is a scripture of Saint Brigu Muni, called Nadi Grantha. In this, he has clearly mentioned the year in which Sahaja Yoga will start. With the beginning of Sahaja Yoga, all those people who have been confused, those who have taken to a wrong path and fallen into the trap of Kali Yuga will be saved. Their kundalini will be awakened. He has gone to the extent that at that time there shall be no need of hospitals. Many prophecies have been made, so this is the method. This time was to come, and it has to come. It is the specialty of Kali Yuga that in it human beings get confused, and in the state of confusion, people start seeking. Groping in darkness, the seeker gets more confused and searches intensely. Now is that period. In this era, it will take place. So which group was this? So can we go to the next slide? I just want to show you, I found it very interesting that I found a translation of the actual prophecy. You don't have to read all of it. But by the new method of yoga devised by the great yogi, human beings will be able to attain the joy of moksha within one lifetime. It would no longer be necessary to sacrifice one's body or to die in order to achieve moksha. The Brahmananda, which so far only great saints had been able to experience, and then only by entering into the samadhi state at the point of death, due to this new type of yoga, could be achieved by ordinary human beings without entering samadhi state while dying. In the beginning, it would be possible for one person among millions to attain this yoga and moksha. However, after some time, the whole human race, with the help of this yoga, can overcome death. People won't have to worry about food, shelter, or clothing. While living ordinary lives, people will achieve yoga, union with God. There will be no necessity for hospitals, and there will be no diseases. In the beginning, the great yogi will be able to heal diseases with a mere touch. Old age, with its destruction of the body, will not exist, and people will possess heavenly bodies. Due to new scientific discoveries, science and religion would become one. Now, I've never, maybe some people have the translation of this, but if they do, it would be interesting to share with some of the yogis. But he's basically considered by many to be one of the godfathers of astrology. So, Brigu Muni. Okay, next question. We're going to get a little bit more challenging now. Okay, now this question stumbled a few yogis in the past. Now there's one yogi who knows the answer in this crowd, at least I know, but he's going to try to contain himself for this answer, because he's the one who gave me the question. All right, so seeing as it's Easter, let's see if you can name the 12 disciples of Christ. You have 2 minutes. Isn't it Nanda? It's Ananda's turn, right? So, Chit, is it Chit? Whose turn is it? Sat? Chit. Okay. Okay, Chit. Okay. Let's see if you can at least get 6. Do you have an answer? Okay, shall I? Okay, I'm going to hand you the mic when you're ready.
Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Peter, Paul, Thomas, Judas. Andrew, yeah, 9. James, Judas we got. Simon is Peter. That's 9. And the tax collector.
So this is a tricky one because you're right, there is 2 Simons. So you guys pretty much got it. We can put the answers up. Simon, Peter, Andrew, James, John, Philip, Bartholomew, or Nathaniel, Matthew or Levi, Thomas, James, Judas, Simon the Zealot, and Judas Iscariot. So that's why there's some crossover of names. All right, but I think you guys deserve the point. So there we go. Well done. Okay, Ananda, it's your turn now. Next question. Okay. Oh, this will be easy for them. This is just pure coincidence. Look at all these musicians. Okay, but let's put them to the test here. Name the raga for at least 5 chakras. Neera, how are we doing for time? Okay, 40 seconds. Are you ready? Do you want one of you come up here? Say it.
Heart is Rag Durga, Sahasrara is Rag Darbari, Nabi is Rag Abhogi, Vishuddhi is Rag Jai Jaivanti, and Agi is Rag Upali.
Correct. Okay, it's Sat go. Sat's go now. Next question. Okay. We're getting trickier now, okay? Because we're getting to the tail end. There's only 16 questions. So each of group has 5 questions. And if there's a tie, the last question will be a tiebreaker. Okay, so correctly list the following realized souls in chronological order of birth. You get some bonus points, anyone, if you can include the approximate dates of their lives. Ananda, go over there. Ananda. By the way, Yuva Shakti, these are all saints you're meant to know about thoroughly. Are you ready? Are you sure? Consult with all team members. How much time do we have? 30 seconds. Are you ready? Okay.
So, Shri Adi Shankaracharya, Shri Gyaneshwara, Shri Tukaram, Shri Ramdas, and Kabir. Shri Kabir.
Sorry, it's not wrong. It's not right. Very close. Sorry, next group. You get to steal the point. We're getting. No, it's getting to the tail end of the quiz now. It's brutal. Okay. Shit, you can steal this point now. Okay. You're not. Are you in shit? Okay. You meant. Okay. Right.
The first is Adi Shankaracharya, second is Ganeshwara, third is Tukarama, fourth is Ramdasa, and last was the Kabir.
Okay, wrong. Oh, are you ready? You want to try?
Shri Adi Shankaracharya, Shri Ganeshwara, Shri Tukaram, Shri Kabir, then Shri Ramdas.
Sorry, everyone got it wrong. No one gets a point. Can we show the next slide? No, too bad, no one gets it. Okay, so it's Adi Shankaracharya, Kabir, Ganeshwara, Tukaram, and Ramdas. This is a complete lack in Sahaj Vidya in this room. I'm sorry. Oh, it's my mistake. Okay, so it's so Adi Shankaracharya. Listen. Okay, what's the order, everyone? Adi Shankaracharya, then Ganeshwara. So Tukaram Ramdas, we could either way. Okay, so did the group one get it right then? All right. See, listen, now the excuses are gonna come out. But honestly, if anyone was here this morning, my face was buried in a computer, desperately trying to finish this quiz in time. So I've made a human error. I pulled my ears. I've been humbled. So which group got it? Sat? Okay, you got it. Well done. Next. Whoa. What's going on here? Okay, now we're getting a little trickier, all right? Chit, all of you take your time to read these quotes. You need to match the saint to the quote. So we're following on from the previous question. It's one of those saints. One who sees the Supreme Lord dwelling equally in all beings, the imperishable amidst the perishable truly sees. I am not the mind, nor the intellect, nor the ego, nor the mind stuff. I am not the body, neither am I the senses. I am existence absolute, knowledge absolute, bliss absolute. Between the poles of the conscious and the unconscious, there has the mind made a swing. Thereon hang all beings and all worlds, and that swing never ceases its sway. Brahman alone is real, the world is illusory, and the individual self is identical with Brahma. Without the grace of the Guru, there can be no liberation. With his grace, even the fool becomes wise. 2 minutes, you got 2 minutes. It's Chit's turn. It's Chit. Yeah. So the clue is this is from the previous list. So the clue is it's one of the saints that were in the previous question. There's one attributed to each. How much time do we have, Nira? 1 minute for Chit. Huh? I want you to match the quote. So we had Shankar. I can't hear you. No. Each of those saints before, there's one quote attributed to each of them. Okay? So you need to pick, okay, which one belongs to whom. So for instance, when you answer, say, one belongs to... Okay, so number 2, you said Adi Shankaracharya. That's correct. What else? You sure? Okay, your time is up, Chit. Do you want to have a go? Okay, so what is who? One belong one. Yeah, you say one. Next. No, sorry, incorrect. The next group, do you want to try? Okay, who's gonna? One of you needs to yeah. You have to answer immediately because you've had 2 minutes. Okay, here.
Discussed it with the group. Okay, so first one is Ganeshwara, second one is Adi Shankaracharya, third one is Kabir, fourth one is Tukaram, and fifth one is Ramdas.
Okay, Ananda stole a point. Well done. Okay, next question. No, ignore that. That was, I got those mixed around. The Adi Shankaracharya is 2. That's the correct. So, you all know that second one from the, yeah. So Adi Shankaracharya and Tukaram, they're actually, yeah. Should be like that. Nira wasn't meant to show that because that wasn't, anyway. You go next. No. Can you got to press down with the arrow. Oh. Did you just press down? Okay, some technical difficulties. Uncle Andrew stepped out. Okay, are we ready? So this is the second last question. Okay, to Sat. Yeah, to Sat. Anand. Okay, sorry. You guys have had too many points. I'm getting confused. What's going on? Okay, Anand. Okay, but everyone else, you can maybe steal it. This is a bit trickier. So this is the 10 gurus. There's one quote from each of the 10. You need to match it. Okay? Yeah, 3 minutes. 3 minutes is all you get. And then there's only one question after this. So it's... The journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. Good thoughts, good words, good deeds. The wise man doesn't give the right answers, he poses the right questions. He who is not grateful for what he has will not be happy with what he gains. Before you speak, ask yourself, is it kind? Is it necessary? Is it true? Does it improve on the silence? As you sow, so you shall reap. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Truth is the highest virtue, but higher still is truthful living. The man who asks a question is a fool for a minute. A man who does not is a fool for life. The test of a person's wisdom is in their deeds, not their words. Let him who would move the world first move himself. One minute left, and other groups be ready with your answer so you can potentially steal it. Nira, how much time? 30 seconds. There's some vigorous debate going on. Okay. Okay, time's up now. We ready? Other groups, be ready to steal the point. 1-0.
Say, just do it. Like he says, do it.
First one, Lao Tse. Second one, Confucius. Third one, Muhammad. Fourth one, Socrates. Fifth one, Abraham. Sixth one, Moses. Seventh one, and that's all.
Okay, so the first one you said was? You said Lao Tse. No, yeah, that's correct. Second one? Wrong. Third? The third one they said was Muhammad, which is correct. Take note, because you might be able to get this one. The fourth one that you said is incorrect. So Socrates is incorrect for the fourth. And the fifth? And fifth is Abraham, they said, and that was correct. And six is Moses, that's correct. So, next group. Sat, do you think you want to try the answer? Do you think you have the answer? You've got some of the answers there. So the first one was correct, Lao Tse. And they got Muhammad correct. Abraham and Moses. Anyone want to try? Sarita? Okay, well, seems like they're not interested. What about Chit? Does Chit want to have a go? Oh, okay. Okay, at the back there. Okay, you ready? Have a try.
7 is Guru Nanak.
Correct, correct. Very good. Chit, you've only got like 3 more left if you're paying attention. All right. Everyone's looking at looking away, so I think no one wants to get the answer. Oh, okay. So can we show the answers for everyone? What? You had it. Okay. Can you give the answers? Oh, okay. Lao Tse, Zarathustra, Prophet Muhammad, Sai Baba Rashidi, Abraham, Moses, Guru Nanak, Confucius, Raja Janak, and Socrates. But I think it illustrates the point that they were all incarnations of the same principle, because you can see the overlap there. Yeah, you get half a point. That's fair enough. All right, this is our last question. Now everyone can answer. It's not very, very complex. I don't know when my did you take? Can you give me that? Yeah. Okay, can we go to the next question? No, next. That's just a quote. Next question. Okay, this is the last question. Okay, this is interesting. I trawled through Sahaj Vidya, all the collected talks of Mother, and I collated, I think, the top 20 countries where Shimaji spoke. So I want to see, all of you can participate, any group can snatch the points. Whoever's that wants to answer first can go ahead. Can you tell us what are the 6 countries in order where Shimaji spoke the most, had the most recorded speeches? Get all your answers and then, yeah. So the top 6, so in order, top 6 in order. You wanna try? You might as well. You can get the point. Okay, Auntie. Okay, you ready?
India, UK, Italy, France, US, Australia. India, UK, France, Italy, France.
Sorry, you got it wrong. You can't change your answer. You're very, very close. Okay, this group over here. This is the show-off group. All the knowledge is here.
Okay, let's guess. India, UK, Italy, Australia, America, France.
So you can put the answers on. So Neera can put it on. India, okay, which represents, of course, as we know, the Kundalini, number 1. England, the spirit or left heart, is number 2. Italy, the soul, number 3. Australia, the Muladhara, number 4. Number 5, United States, the Vishuddhi. Number 6, France. And Switzerland, they're tied. So Nabi, right Swadhisthana, liver. Out of interest, 8 is Austria, 9 is Russia, and 10 is Turkey. Can you show them the next slide, just out of interest? And this is the other lists that this is the rest of the rankings, just out of interest. But anyway, when I put that together, I thought that was very interesting. So a big congratulations and round of applause to Ananda, who are the clear winners. But in truth, we're all the winners because we all get to expand on our Sahaj knowledge and hopefully realize where our big gaps are. And for the Yuva Shakti, the great responsibilities, a lot of these questions were based on the things that Shamaji spoke about in that text when she was discussing the Yuva Shakti. So it was also a prompt to the Yuva Shakti and, well, us as well, to look up these things and learn about them. All right, Jai Shamaji, that's the end of the quiz for this year. Well done, everyone. So we have one final performance. It's a music piece by our international guest, Stephen Day. So a big thank you to Stephen Day for he was actually meant to fly back home today, but he's extended his stay. So we're all very pleased to have him here. Just as by way of introduction, Stephen Day is here from LA, and he's visiting us at the end of 2 weeks, where he was actually visiting his daughter for her wedding, and then he's come for part of the wellness camp here, and now he's staying on to perform. Could all the kids please sit down? Shh. And could the parents get the kids to sit down, please? So, in the last 6 months, Stephen Day has been performing. So he's been playing concerts in Perth, Brisbane and Sydney. And of course, he's been performing here at the Wellness Centre for all those who've been attending. Shimanaji requested that Stephen Day go to the PK Salve Academy in Nagpur, and that's where he really learnt his Indian classical music, and that was way back in 1998. The instrument he plays is the sarod, and he went on to study with his guru, Ustad Amjad Ali Khan in Delhi. He's also played in the UN. In 2007, he got a Global Peace Award, and his music has been a great way for him to introduce Sahaja Yoga to lots of different people all over the world. He's composed many scores for film and TV, and recently he's helped produce a project for the 100 Years Centennial, which is called Recollections. And we're going to show you a little clip of that Recollections video after his performance, where some of the American yogis talk about their experiences with Shimanaji. So if we could all give a warm round of applause to Stephen Day.
like this. I can see. Yeah, like just so don't that's good. Well, hello, Jai Shri Mataji. Just giving you a little holler. It's an American style. What can I say? Well, it's been great. I've been here 2 weeks. Namaste, Jai Shri Mataji. And I didn't expect to stay, but I'm really honored to be here. And this wellness camp that just passed has been a real revelation for me. I was so fortunate to be here for the last 4 days. It actually, well, the truth is it's the first wellness camp I've been to because I've been so busy studying music. Anytime there was a Sahaj opportunity to go to the academy or you know, do something to extra, I would be at the academy or in Cabella at the Nirmala Arts Academy or at Kanajohari teaching or whatever. So this was a first time and it was amazing. And I really encourage anybody to be able to make these health seminars. Thank you again to the doctors and to everybody this week who has made my stay fantastic, and also to Brisbane yogis. They're maybe watching, maybe some are here. Thank you again. And Perth, a few people from Perth here. If you're watching, thank you. And a wonderful stay in Melbourne for the day. Thank you. I appreciate it. With Nick. Thank you, Nick. So made a little bundan around Australia, Melbourne, Perth, Brisbane, Sydney, and now here, and then tomorrow back home. But everywhere you go in the world, the Sahaja Yogis make you feel at home. So, and in Australia, I've received so many warm conversations, some gifts, some feedback. We had a music class the other day, and a lot of heart-opening moments here that make me feel like Australia's home. So I, again, very grateful and thankful to all of you who have, we've shared so much this trip. I appreciate it. Thank you. So tonight, in keeping with the gratitude theme, this raga is, many of you know, I've heard it, it's Rag Darbari, and it is played traditionally, well, it's played in the Court of Kings. It's a regal raga. It's for the Sasrar. And in this case, in my life, I've always kind of dreamed of playing this raga for Sahaja Yogis, because of course this is the regal court, the saints, those who follow spirituality, those who have bhakti, who recognize Adi Shakti. There can be no higher honor for a musician to play this piece for you. And I'm so grateful to be here, and I'm so grateful to play this for you. And it's only in recent years that I've been able to get to the point where I feel comfortable playing it, because it's quite a tricky piece. And so thank you, Shri Mataji, for giving me the opportunity to get this far. So after Rag Darbari, we're going to play a little song, which will be fun, from California, and then we'll have the recollections video. give another hand to our tabla players. So the next piece is Namaste, which is a song I wrote about many years ago, traveling with Shri Mataji. And those days, I'll tell you a little tiny story. It's a quick one. I was in Dubai airport, and I had some trepidations about coming back home, which is the West, how though I had found a new home in India. I was studying music in Delhi and really didn't want to go back. In fact, I started thinking to myself as I stood there looking at the times, well, do I really need to go back? After all, I found what I was looking for, and I'm completely, absolutely happy in India. So there I was. Looking for my ticket. Oh no, I lost my ticket. Do I need my ticket? Do I really need to go home? Maybe I could just lose my ticket and go back to India. Oh, there it is. I guess I have to go. Well, at least I have a few more hours. I have a few more hours here in the airport. Why don't I call the leader? Hello, yeah, Jai Shri Mataji. Yes, it's Steve. Remember we met about 6 months ago when I came through on my way to India? Yeah. Well, I'm coming back now, and I'm in the airport. I'm here for about 3-4 hours. Really? Shri Mataji's coming here? No, I didn't know. Of course I'll stay, for sure. So, unbeknownst to me, Shri Mataji was traveling through, and I stayed. And then that night, we had a riverboat cruise, and the next day there was a puja. At a very small apartment. It was a smallish collective, but it was looking pretty packed in that apartment. We had a puja, and it went perfectly, absolutely perfectly. Not a sound was out, not a moment was less than perfect, it was just perfect. And after the puja, they served Shri Mataji a cup of tea. Shri Mataji, it was a funny looking cup. Shri Mataji picked it up and lifted it to take a cup of tea, a sip of tea. And a little tiny bit of the tea dropped on her sari. And, well, you know, I'd been in Sahaja Yoga about 12 years, so I, of course, at that point, very well much knew who Shri Mataji was, or at least I thought I did, because at that moment I had a doubt. I said, how could this happen? How could this be? How can there be a cup of tea on the sari of the goddess? That's impossible. So just as I was thinking that, of course, in the room, everybody had put on this incredible puja to absolute perfection. You know, we're scrambling around to try to find something to clean the sari. And then Shri Mataji looked at everybody, lifted the cup of tea, and said, odd-shaped teacup. And the room breathed a sigh of relief. After that, not long after that, Shri Mataji called me up. She was talking to different people, and she said, we're going now to Turkey, and could you come? And of course, I said, of course. She said, good. Now, of course, at that point, after studying in India all winter long, I didn't have any money to change a ticket. So when I went to change the ticket, I thought to myself, well, I don't know how I'm going to do this. And those thoughts, I put them aside for a minute, and I called the airline and said, you know, can you put me on standby? So my name was in the computer. So the next day, we went to the airport, and I was at the counter, and they said, yeah, Mr. Day, you're in the computer. And the lady started tapping the keys, tap, 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 tap. And just at that time, Shri Mataji passed behind. They pushed her wheelchair behind, and for a moment it was suspended in animation. I mean, there was the smell of jasmine. And I didn't notice the lady anymore. I didn't notice the tapping of the keys. I looked around, and those maybe 15 seconds felt like 15 minutes, maybe 15 years. I still feel them and smell them and can feel them and see them today. In that suspended time, the lady said, Mr. Day, Mr. Day. And she kind of woke me out of that. And then she said, I think we can help you. And I said, in my mind, I was thinking, okay, yeah, but, I don't have $1,000 to change the ticket. Doubts again. She said, we can get you a ticket on the flight, but it's in first class. Is that okay? What did I say? What did I say? Of course. That's what I said. That was the quiz question. Of course. What else can you say to the miracles that happen? So we get on the flight, and it's Emirates Air, and if you fly in Emirates, it's beautiful red, plush red, and first class is absolutely beautiful, and the food was incredible. They served Turkish delight, and it melted. I remember it melting in my mouth, the little pistachios and the gelatin, and Shri Mataji, the smell of jasmine. The flight went like magic. It was obviously too short, and I wrote a song during that time because this time was a special time, and I was going to be, from there on, traveling with Shri Mataji. So I began a song that would become the one I'm about to sing, about my travels with Shri Mataji. As we looked over in Turkey, we landed and that flight ended. We came out onto the, whatever that is called, the run track thing. I was pushing the wheelchair. Gregoire was there, and Anand, her grandson, was there, and others. And you can imagine their look of astonishment. They had no idea I would be there. And there I was in Turkey. So we pushed Shri Mataji's wheelchair to the border patrol and gave the thick passport to them. And I waited, and they were checking the visas. And as they did, I realized, somewhere in my brain, I don't have a visa. I wasn't coming to Turkey. I was going to London, right? So an American passport, you need a visa. So at that time, I didn't think about it. This time I didn't dare doubt it. I just put my hand on that wheelchair, clenched it just a little tighter, and then just pushed. And the next thing you know, smelling Turkish coffee. We're in the lobby of Istanbul, I report, and I was through. And guess what the collective served? They gave flowers, of course, to Shri Mataji. We all sat. Anybody know what we served? They served. What did they give Shri Mataji? Anybody know? Quiz question. Somebody's got to get this. He got it. The tabla player got it. Come on, tell us.
Turkish tea.
No, close. Not quite. You got it. Turkish Delight. That's the name of the story. I hope you like it. Thank you very much. So those stories and many more are on a series called Recollections, and we'll see a clip from those soon. We produced them. This is the song, one of the songs I wrote on the travels that happened after that, because then we went to the Puja, and then we continued on to Cabella, then we went to America, and I was fortunate enough to play at the beginning of some of the programs. And on the way, I met a lot of seekers, as you do with the long instrument on the plane, on the trains, and the buses, or wherever. And so many of them asked questions about the instrument and asked questions about the journey. And I wrote a song called Namaste, based on, or in reverence to Shri Mataji's opening of every program, which was, I bow to all the seekers of truth. And so in that moment where she bows and says Namaste, I thought that would be a good song to write, dedicated to all the seekers that came to the programs or that I met on the way. And it has a little bit of a California flavor, which, you might wonder, what does that have to do with Australia? But I went to the store the other day to get a surf shirt for my friend in California, and I couldn't find any. No Bondi Beach shirts, no surf. He said, get me a t-shirt with, Australian surf. Nothing there. You know what they had? Not Turkish Delight. They had American sweatshirts and T-shirts with Huntington Beach and Redondo Beach and all the surf beaches of California. So I couldn't get away from California, so I thought I'd just play a song. And I wrote the end of the song in California. The last program was in Berkeley. Some of you might know it, although it's been out a little while. I can't find my pluck drums. Yeah, my little pluck drum. It's called Namaste. And am I sitting on? There it is. Thank you. The coconut shell pick. So this is based on It's based on a raga, but it's not a raga, it's a song, so it's not too long. It's called Godak Kalyan, and we'll play a little bit of that song for you before we move on. When the wind blows high on a mountainside and the gale force hills, changing of the tide, there are fires that burn through your thin disguise. When the wind blows high, there are tears in your eyes. She said she spent some time in Palestine where the Turkish jewels in the two-blad shrine, and she wrote Arabic rhymes, the tombs and shrines, from the London wind to the California pine. All the rivers rushing through corners of your mind, gaze back on the open shores of time. She shimmers and she shines, she'll never fade away. You lie awake at the dawning of your day. Namaste, 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 hey, namaste, 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 yeah, namaste. Far away on a foreign land sits a mountain top, sits a holy man, and he sits in wonder as she starts to cry, looks into the sky for 1,000,000,000 miles. She cooks Tuscan dishes like delicacies, plays all kinds of music and all kinds of keys, then she smiles when she serves Chinese smoked tea. She laughs and conducts electricity. All the rivers rushing in, corners of your mind, gaze back on the open shores of time. She shimmers and she shines, she'll never fade away. You lie awake at the dawning of your day. Namaste, 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 yeah, namaste. The light in me bows to light in you. Golden words she speaks to seekers of the truth. Close your eyes, the pain of ages melts away. Oh, namaste. Oh, namaste. When your path becomes your way in the light, namaste. When your path becomes your way in the light, namaste. In the light, namaste. In the light, namaste. In your life, namaste. Another hand for a tabla player. Mada. Thank you again so much for everything. And I believe now, are you going to show a clip? So we did this project this year for this 100-year centennial celebration. And we decided to put a little bit of production into the stories. You'll see. Rather than just sort of put a camera and tell a story, we decided to do some editing and got a little team together to put a little bit of music behind it as well. And there are 7 stories from 7 seekers. The first part is seeking. There's 7 yogis involved, and each of the parts has a different theme. So the first part is seeking. The second part, which will come out a little later this year, is transformation, and the third part is revelation. And this is the first part, and it's Herbert, which many of you know. It's about 7 minutes. Okay, yeah, that's one. Yeah.
My name is Herbert Reininger. I'm originally from Austria, born and raised in Vienna. And I got my self-realization in 1982 on September 28th. This is like my birthday that I will never forget.
Within us is placed this residual energy in the triangular bone called as Kundalini.
He has not been there before, and at that time I was not in a very good shape as a person. Lots of issues, complications, and in hindsight it turns out I was a seeker, but unfortunately I wasn't aware of it. I was just dissatisfied with everything around me, and to express that dissatisfaction created even more complications in my life. On September 28th in 1982, I'm walking home from work. Something in my head says, I mean, this sounds weird, right? But it was really like that. There is a newspaper ahead of you on the sidewalk. Pick that newspaper up. And I'm thinking to myself, whosoever is talking to me probably doesn't know that I already read the newspaper. And this is a paper where thousands of people walked over it, so why on earth would I do that? Nonetheless, I see the newspaper, I pick it up and I open it. And the first thing I see is a photo of an Indian lady that smiles at me. And the experience, it was like crusts of something hard around my heart. It was just melting. And I couldn't stop looking at her. So I'm standing here with my newspaper, people walking left and right. It's an autumn evening, very nice. I don't know how long, but it must have been a while. And then I realized there was some text to it. It was actually a small article with a photo of Shri Mataji. It said that this lady is here and she is giving self-realization. I knew nothing what that means, and it's free. I thought, oh, that's cool. I want to go there. I really want to feel if I can have the same sensation when I see her in person. So I rushed home, took a quick shower, rushed back because I thought, okay, that's free. There must be lots of people, and I want to be as close as possible, right? Actually, I was a bit too rushed. That I was one of the first ones in the hall, and the yogis that were coming from other countries were still there preparing, and I'm just watching that. I almost left later on because there was an introduction. So remember, this was the first Sahaja Yoga program in Austria. A person from Switzerland, our neighboring country, gave an introduction, and the accent was so hard to understand, and talking about things I've never heard about, I was about to get up and leave. So there was this contradiction between my brain and my heart. The heart said, nothing doing. I'm gonna sit this through. I want to meet Shri Mataji. The brain said, but what's it about? I don't understand the thing. I mean, it's just waste of time, right? It's just going back and forth. I made it through, and then the magic happened. Shri Mataji comes in this white sari, gracefully, slowly walking through the stage, looking at us, all of us. The hall was full, and I felt the same thing again. Heart was just melting, and I got tears in my eyes, and I thought, well, what is going on? I don't understand. How come I have tears in my eyes? So then she did an introduction, as she always did.
Unless and until this union takes place, the manifestation of this residual power does not take place.
And that was difficult to follow because she used words that I had never heard before, but also I felt I'm even not tall enough to reach into that current that I felt high above me. So it's like I'm trying to sort of handle myself up there, but it didn't really work all that well. And then she did that meditation that she always does. And at the end of it, I put my hand up there as she instructed, and then I thought, now it gets very interesting because I can actually feel it. So how is that possible? In those days, Shri Mataji used to stay in the hall for quite a while after the end of the program. She said, anybody who wants to come and talk to me can come. So as I was sitting quite much in front, I was one of the first in line, and I had to go up a few steps, maybe 3-4 steps up the stage. And as I'm starting to walk up there, Shri Mataji extends her hands to me. And without thinking what I'm doing, I just take her hands. And she pulls me up to her, and she smiles at me. But again, I started crying. And she just said, it's so nice you came. And that was when I knew I am right home. I am home now. After all these crazy journeys, now I'm home.
There we go. Oh, so some questions just came up front. Where do you see the rest of them? They come out every 2 weeks on the Sahaj USA YouTube channel. So I don't know what you would search for that, but it should be pretty easy to find. This is the first one, so you're just in time. And there you go, thanks. More questions? Good. Yeah, I did the, Bagus and I did the music, played the sarod, and I'm, as you know, live in Los Angeles. I'm in the film and music business industry, and I know a little bit about how to pull together projects, so I helped produce the whole series and in a team. I mean, I'm just one of many. And we pooled together every Sunday on WhatsApp, made a call and had a little conference. And there's an editor named Marco who did a great job with the editing. If he's out there, let's give him a hand, Marco. And Mohit, who led the project and organized everything. And then a lot of volunteers. We got some volunteer sound editing from Yogini's husband. And a lot of volunteers, yoginis, did the pictures. So called B-roll. And a lot of work is going into them, but it's very collective and it all rolls really easily as it does in Sahaj. Just enjoyment. And just with, a team of people meeting every Sunday for about half an hour. It's incredible how much work can get done and how beautiful things can happen. So I'm a big fan of those collective groups. Yeah, it's on the Sahaja USA YouTube channel. I don't know what you search, probably just Sahaja USA YouTube channel. There's, other things there, as you probably have a national channel that you put things up on. You probably can send an email or something, and we could give you the link. And like I said, they come out every 2 weeks. The first one just came out April 4th, and then the next one in 2 weeks. And then there'll be 7 in this series of seeking, all on the same theme. So all the stories you're going to find are going to be about seeking, but of course they're all different. Then the next one is transformation. So that story, the Turkish Delight story, that's more about transformation. That's a guy who's, 32 years old and been in Sahaja Yoga and is still doubting. That was me. Lots of doubts. Should I come back to the West? I don't want to come back. That's transformation from thoughtless awareness to doubtless awareness. So that's the second story, and you'll see that second one. And the last one is transformation. So they'll come out all year long, every 2 weeks, under those 3 different themes. And so spread the word, and Well, yeah. Of course, they're from everywhere, but I think they all live in the USA right now. But yeah. Other projects, we're welcome. Let's share. Let's do this together. WhatsApp is universal, so it doesn't have to just come from us in the USA.
So thank you very much. And can we all give one last round of applause for all the performers tonight? So that ends our evening program. There will be, like I said earlier, tomorrow there's a lot of dance performances and music performances. So most of the performers wanted some extra time to practice. So if any musicians want to just play here, they're welcome to. Just spontaneously. In the interim, nothing much more for this evening. We just want to thank everyone for joining us, both here and online. And just to finish, just a little bit of housekeeping. The councillors have just said that if we can all just try as best we can to do what we can to assist, whether it be in the kitchen, cleaning. If we see bins that are overflowing, if we can change them, and if anything, if you feel like you'd like to lend a hand and you're not on a group, please let one of us know and we'll give you some work. that's all. So Jai Shri Mataji, everyone. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you to all the international and people around Australia who've joined us as well. And we hope that you join us again tomorrow evening for a part 2 concert. Jai Shri Mataji.